Hello, Lili here. Today we are starting with Class 3, Chapter 14, the last chapter of your science textbook. And the name of the chapter is Measurement. Stepping Stones. Look at the pictures given below. Tick the shortest pencil and cross the longest pencil. At what time do you go out to play? How much milk did the milkman give today? We can get answers to all such questions with the help of measurement. Measurement is needed to know the time, the quantity of milk bought, the distance from one place to another, the height of a person, and the length of a cloth. When we measure something, it is counted with the help of a unit. Let us study how we measure length, mass, capacity, time, and temperature. Measurement of length. Length tells us how long something is. In earlier times, people used different parts of their body, such as arms, hands, and feet, as units for measuring length. Handspan, foot, and cubit were some of the parameters used to measure traditional units of length. This is handspan, foot, and cubit. Let us perform an activity to measure the length with the help of body parts. Activity 1. Use your handspan to measure the length of the writing board in your class. How many handspans long is the board? 13. Now request your teacher to measure the length of the same writing board in a similar manner. How many handspans long is the board? 11. You will find a difference in the number of handspans in both cases. The above activity suggests that using handspan is inappropriate to measure the exact length of the writing board. This is because the size of your handspan is different from that of your teachers. Hence, we cannot use the body parts of a person to find the accurate measurement of an object. We need standard objects and units for the measurement of length. Some examples of such standard objects are a ruler, a measuring tape, and a meter rod. The standard unit of measuring length is meter. Another unit of length is centimeter. It is used to measure smaller lengths. Let us perform an activity to measure the length of different objects. So as you can see here, ruler and measuring tapes. And remember, 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. Activity 2. Measure the length of the following objects using a ruler. Your desk 50 centimeter, book 25 centimeter, and pencil is about 7 centimeter. Now, measurement of mass. Mass tells us how heavy an object is. Weighing machine and weighting balance are commonly used to measure the mass of different objects. The commonly used unit of measuring mass are gram and kilogram. Gram is used to measure the mass of light objects. Kilogram is used to measure the mass of heavy objects. Check the mass of any food item your parents buy. Note the units of mass mentioned on it. It will give you a good idea about mass. A balance is used to weigh or measure the mass of an object. There are various kinds of balances. Visit a vegetable shop or a grocery shop in your neighborhood. Which type of balance do you see there? Now just remember that 1 kilogram equals to 1000 grams. Run through. Length is measured in centimeters and meters. Handspan, foot and cubit are the traditional units of length. Mass is measured in kilograms and grams. Weighing machine and weighing balance are used to measure the mass of different objects. Now, track your progress. Which units would be more appropriate to measure the mass of the following? Write G for gram and kg for kilogram. A. Mass of a pencil, gram. B. Mass of a rice sack, kilogram. C. Mass of a wooden table, kilogram. And the last one, mass of a toothpaste tube is gram. Measurement of capacity. Capacity tells us the amount or volume of liquid that a container can hold. You might have seen the petrol pump attendant putting fuel in a car. There is a fuel meter at the pump that measures and shows the amount of fuel that has been put in the vehicle. A baby's milk bottle and medicine bottles have small plastic cups for measuring the liquid. A milkman uses a measuring can to know how much milk he should pour. This is the measuring capacities. Measuring cylinders and measuring cans are commonly used to measure the capacity of different liquids. The standard unit of measuring capacity is liter. Large amounts of liquids are measured in liters, while small amounts of liquid are measured in milliliter. The volume of liquids such as milk and water are measured in liters and milliliters. Let us perform an activity to measure the volume of some objects. Activity 3. Check and write the capacity of the following things present in the shop. 1. A small pack of juice, 100 ml. 2. A bottle of hair oil, 65 ml. And a packet of milk is 1 liter. Now, measurement of time. Time is the most important parameter that we measure daily in our life. We need to know the time for many things that we do in a day. Can you imagine what would happen if we did not know the time at all? In earlier days, the movement of the sun was used to measure the time of the day. Now, we measure the time by using clocks and watches. We also use the calendar to know about days, weeks, and months. We measure time in hour, h, minutes, min, and seconds, s. There are 24 hours in a day. Now remember, 1 millennium equals to 1,000 years. 1 century equals to 100 years. 1 decade equals to 10 years. 1 year is 365 days. 1 day is 24 hours, and 1 hour is 60 minutes, and 1 minute is 60 seconds. As you can see here, this is the clock, this is the watch, and this is the calendar. Measurement of temperature. Temperature tells us how cold or hot a body is. Clinical thermometer and digital thermometer. Remember, the normal body temperature of a human being is 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit. You might have seen a thermometer in a clinic or hospital when you visit a doctor. Thermometer is a device which is used to measure the temperature of a body. Temperature is measured in degrees Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. If the body temperature of a person is above 98.6 Fahrenheit, he has fever. Run through. Measurement of length. We will use rulers and measuring tapes, and it is meter and centimeter. For mass, we will use weighing machine and weighing balance, and it is kilogram and gram. For capacity, measuring cylinder and measuring cans and liter and milliliter. For time, clocks and watches, hour, minute and seconds. And for temperature, we will use thermometer, it is degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. Know your scientist. Christian Huygens. He was a Dutch scientist, mathematician and inventor. He invented the first pendulum clock in 1658. Apart from the invention of the pendulum clock, he also worked on improving the design of the telescope at the time. Track your progress. Answer in one word. Used to know about days, weeks and months. Calendar. Number of hours in a day, 24. Unit of capacity to measure small amount of liquid is milliliter. Unit of mass to measure heavy object is kilogram. And standard unit of measuring length is meter. Glossary. Capacity. The amount or volume of liquid that a container can hold. Length. The measure of how long an object is. Mass. The measure of how heavy an object is. And temperature. The measure of how cold or hot a body is. Assessment zone. A. Tick the correct answer. 1. Which of the following can be used to measure the length of an object? Both A and B. 2. Which of the following units should be used to measure the capacity of a water bottle? Liter. 3. Which of the following units should be used to measure the amount of ink in a pen? Milliliter. 4. Which of the following device is used to measure the temperature of a body? Thermometer. Which of the following device is used to know the time of a day? Clock. B. Fill in the blanks. 1. The standard unit of measuring length is meter. 2. Kilogram is the unit of measuring mass. 3. Weighing machine is used to measure mass of different objects. 4. Temperature is measured in degrees Celsius. And 5. In earlier days, movement of the sun was used to measure the time of the day. C. State true or false. 1. Cubit is an unit for the measurement of time. False. 2. Thermometer is a device which is used to measure the capacity of the milk. False. 3. Meter is a standard unit for the measurement of length. True. 4. The handspan of different people are same. False. 5. Temperature is the measure of how hot or cold a body is. True. The question and answers will refer to the notebook. Question number 1. Why cannot we use handspan to measure the length of any object? Answer. Handspan is inappropriate to measure the exact length of any object because the handspan of different people is different from each other. 2. Why do we need standard units of measurement? Answer. We need standard units of measurement to bring uniformity of standardization. The lack of standard unit of measurement would cause confusion and waste time of converting from one unit to another all the time. 3. Define length. How will you measure the length of your study table? Length is the measurement of how long something is. We can measure the length of study table with the help of a measuring tape from one end to another end. Question number 4. Differentiate between mass and capacity. Mass is used to check the weight of any object. Mass is measured in kilogram and gram. Capacity is used to check the amount volume of liquid. The standard unit of measuring capacity is liter and milliliter. Question number 5. How was time calculated in earlier days? What does a calendar tell us? Answer. In earlier days, the movement of the sun was used to measure the time of the day. Calendar tells us about days, weeks, and months. Question number 6. What are we measuring in the following example? A. The quantity of water in water tank. Answer is volume. B. The number of hours for which a person watches TV in a day. Answer is time. And C. The amount of sugar to be added in a cup while making coffee. It is the mass. And D. The amount of milk to be added in a cup of coffee. It is the milliliter. Question number 7. How can you and your friend find out the following? 1. Whose bag is heavier? Answer. By measuring and comparing the weight of each bag. 2. Whose water bottle contains more water? Answer. By measuring and comparing the capacity of each bottle. 3. Who is taller? By measuring their length and comparing their heights. 4. Who is heavier? By measuring and comparing their weights. And the last question is, in what unit, kilogram, grams, liters, and milliliters, will you measure the following? A. Volume of water stored in a tank is liters. B. Weight of a 30-year-old man is kilogram. C. Amount of yogurt in a packet is grams. And 4. Weight of your pencil box is also grams. Now the worksheets. Worksheet number 1. Fill in the blanks. 1. When we measure something, it is counted in unit. 2. Length tells us how long something is. 3. The standard unit of measuring length is meter. 4. Kilogram is used to measure mass of heavy objects. 5. Gram is used to measure mass of light objects. B. Which unit will be used to measure the following objects? Put a tick in the correct column. The object is length of a pencil. We will use centimeter. Number 2. Length of a table is meter. 3. Mass of a rice sack is kilogram. Length of an arm is centimeter. Mass of a mobile phone is gram. Length of the wall is meter. Mass of your body is kilogram. And mass of an eraser is gram. C. Find out the heavier object. 1. Eraser, pen, book, ruler, book. 2. Door, key, lock, mat, door. And 3. Feather, t-shirt, socks, blanket, blanket. Worksheet number 2. Choose the correct answer. 1. Which of the following is measured in liter capacity? 2. How many hours make one day? 24. 3. Which of the following is the unit of temperature? Celsius. 4. Which of the following will be used to measure the time of your school watch? 5. Which of the following will measure the capacity of a small bottle of medicine? The milliliter. Find out the odd one. 1. Measuring cup, measuring cylinder, calendar, measuring can, calendar. Number 2. Celsius, second, hour, minute, Celsius. 3. Kelvin, Fahrenheit, liter, Celsius, liter. C. Give one word for the following. 1. The amount of liquid a container can hold is capacity. 2. It is measured using a clock or a watch. time. It is used to measure body temperature. Thermometer. 4. It is used to measure the amount of fuel in a vehicle. Fuel meter. 5. It is used to know about days, weeks, and months. It is a calendar. Worksheet number 3. State whether the following are true or false. 1. In early days, people used body parts as units to measure length. True. 2. Body parts give the same measurement when measured by different people. False. 3. Meter is the unit of measuring mass. False. 4. Capacity of a container is the amount of liquid it can hold. True. And 5. Time is measured using a clock or a watch. True. Answer the following questions. 1. Name any two measures that we were used to measure length in early days, handspan and cubit. 2. Name two units for measuring length, meter and centimeter. 3. What is mass? Name the unit for measuring mass. Mass tells us how heavy an object is, and mass is measured in gram and kilogram. 4. What is a measuring cylinder used for? It is used to measure the capacity of different liquids. And 5. How was time measured in early days? In early days, time was measured by the movement of sun. C. Identify the following measuring devices. Number 1 is calendar, 2 is ruler, 3 is weighing machine, 4 is clock, 5 is clinical thermometer, and 6 is weighing balance, and the last one is digital thermometer. So if you enjoyed my video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.